My name is Dawn Ryan, and I am the 2020-2021 Pen Parentis Fellowship winner. Jacob is in charge of the cats at his grandmother's house. They are caged calico cats, and Jacob feels an affinity for them as though he's loved them his entire life. Jacob's grandmother stays in the attic, and Jacob knows she stays up there to avoid the cats. The cats are having litters, one litter after another, till the cages are full with kittens. They are not kittens, but fist-sized human babies. Jacob doesn't know what to do. He runs across the house from one caged cat to the other, watching with awe the miracle of life. But Jacob wonders about the life in store for these babies. There are way too many to love, and how will society treat them when people learn they've come from cats? Suddenly, Jacob isn't so sure about their value. He goes to his grandmother, who is crouched in a dark corner of the attic. Are there supposed to be so many, Grandma? Grandma turns from her hiding in the corner of the attic. I don't know. Am I to care for every single one, Grandma? I don't know, Grandma says as she ducks behind a box of old family albums. Jacob sighs. He looks down at his own sex parts and understands that he too is a cat who will someday have countless litters. He thinks about the Greeks and the Chinese, and Jacob wonders out loud to his grandmother if he couldn't just put some of the babies in the woods. Jacob's grandmother smiles. She holds her grandson's shoulders. Yes, Jacob, she says. Some of the babies can be put in the woods. Jacob is relieved. He goes to the separate cat cages and gathers the babies who are the least desirable. Some babies have too much kitten fur. Some babies were born with only one eye, or with 3 eyes, or with 1 human eye and 1 cat eye. He gathers the babies whose limbs were not fully formed, or whose heads had warped and dented during childbirth. He gathers the babies who had already been rejected by the other babies and lay whining in a corner by their lonesome. He collects babies whom he believes to be evil because they sneer and already have sharp, jagged teeth in their mouths. Soon, all that's left in the cages with the cats are a dozen or so perfectly formed babies. Jacob feels the burden of child rearing lift from him. He puts on his shoes and jacket and prepares to leave for the woods. His grandmother descends from the stairs just as Jacob is about to leave. Jacob sees that she is crying. What is it, Grandma? Jacob asks. His grandmother looks toward the babies. Some are already dead inside Jacob's sack. I wish you'd chosen different babies, his grandmother says. But now that you've chosen, those are the babies that must be left in the woods. Jacob is confused. He thought he'd made good choices, as these babies would be the most difficult to care for and the hardest to love. I don't understand, Grandma, Jacob says. These babies are unsightly. His grandmother places her hands on her chest over her heart. These babies are unsightly, she says. But if any of them survive in the woods, you must know that they will surely come back to find you. And when they find you, they will kill you or worse. Well, then I'll put them back, Jacob says. It's too late, his grandmother says. They already know what they are now, and they already hate you. Jacob looks to his sack. Some of the babies who were born with talons are clawing at the sack, at him. Jacob gives the sack a shake, loosening the baby's claws, and runs for the woods. He finds a large ditch filled with mud and leaves and empties his sack of babies. He can't keep from watching them wriggle, struggling for air and earth. He can't keep from vomiting when he sees some babies burrow into the mud. They are stronger than they look. Jacob wipes his chin. He considers apologizing, but instead, he runs.